I want you to look with me in verse 51. Verse 51 says, "What do you want me to do for you?" Now, it would seem like an obvious question. Jesus, this guy is blind. But yet, Jesus still asks. And the blind man is being very specific. He didn't just say, "Lord, I just want the blessing. Just bless me. Lord, I just want whatever you want from me." No, he's been very specific. "Lord, I want my eyes open. I want to see." I want you to notice how he starts. He starts by crying out, "Lord, have mercy on me." Generic faith. But then he progresses in his faith. He grows in his faith. He practices a persistent faith. He makes he practices this decisive faith. He's been decisive. Now comes his moment, and Jesus is finally talking to him. He says, "What do you want?" He could have asked, "Jesus, I want to be rich, or I want to have more than enough that I don't have to beg anymore. Jesus, I want to have, I just want to feel the presence of God." The reason why I'm saying this, because you would be surprised how many times when I minister to people come to the front at the altar to be ministered to. Or when I travel, or when I have one-on-one sessions, and I ask them straight and forward, "What do you want Jesus to do for you right now? What do you want me to do for you?" "Oh, well, I just want more of God. I just want more of Him. I don't know, man. I just want to be close to God." And they can't articulate what they want. They can't articulate, and the reason why they can't articulate is because their faith is generic. It's not specific. Not that they don't have a need, because then usually what I do is I see that these people actually honestly really they don't know what they want from God, and then I go into a prophetic mode, and I kind of investigate in the spirit what is their need, practical need, because I don't like generic faith. I like specific faith. I like when people come to me and say, "Hey, this is what I want to receive from God. This is what I'm believing for. As you're going to pray for me, I'm going to receive this and this. As you're going to pray for me, I want you to pray for this, this, and this. This is what I want." Okay, no problem. I know what to work toward it. I know how to unite my faith to how to unite my faith to your faith, what to believe for. Or I just want more of God. That actually to me shows that you don't know what you want and you have lack of faith. Because it takes real, genuine faith to believe for specific. Why? Specific faith requires a specific answer. And if you don't receive specific answer, there's a room for disappointment, and people are afraid of disappointment. Therefore, it's easier to just, "Lord, Son of David, have mercy on me." So did the Lord answer? "Oh yeah, I just kind of felt better when He prayed for me. I just felt like something I just got to breathe a little bit better." But you can't point your finger and then say, "Right here, God answered this prayer. Here, God answered this prayer. Here, God answered this prayer." If you want to have specific answers, you will have to have very specific prayer. Now, let's just play out the scenario. Bartimaeus keeps asking Jesus, when Jesus called him up, "Son of David, have mercy on me." Jesus said, "Okay, fine. Here, okay, let's put it this way. Bartimaeus is asking, "Son of David, have mercy on me." Jesus reaches into his pocket, takes out a gold coin and gives it to him, says, "Okay, here's the mercy. Here's a gold coin for you." Is that not mercy? Of course it's mercy. He just given a gold coin that can provide for him, let's say, for a month. But was it what Bartimaeus really needed? No, he needed sight. And so Bartimaeus goes from generic faith to persistent faith to decisive faith and stops or ends up at a very specific request. Jesus, I want to see. And then Jesus says, your faith has healed you. And he began to see that moment. You want to see specific answers, you have to pray specific prayers. But to pray specific prayers and have a specific faith is scary, because if you ask God for a blue bike and you get a pink scooter, your prayer didn't get answered. But if you just generally asking God, oh God, I just want for a faster mode of transportation, any prayer, from a rollerblade to a scooter to a bike to a motorbike to a car to a helicopter to a boat to a jet, fits in that category. And any one of them would suffice to answer. But you won't really build your faith for the next miracle, because there's going to be so much room for doubt. And it's scary to ask God to believe God for a specific car. Oh God, just give me any car. And God give you a car that barely runs and requires more maintenance. It's more in the shop, being maintained and fixed than actually driving. Oh God, I want to get married. Well, I mean, you can get married to anybody, but asking for specifics. I know people that were praying and asking. A good friend of mine who's a missionary in Colombia, she had 32 things that she was asking God in her husband, from the color of his hair to the color of his eyes, his height, and a whole bunch of other spiritual and character elements. Honestly, I kind of thought she was a bit crazy and over the top, but she got, if not all, almost all of the things, and got married to a godly man. Could have settled for anything in between. Now, if you want to get that specific, you better check to make sure that whatever qualities you are requesting of the man or a woman that God will send it to you, that you yourself supersede those qualities so that you can be worthy of that person. Because sometimes what begins to happen, we are here mentally, spiritually, emotionally, we're babies, but we're asking God for a person down here. Okay, yeah, it will be God's mercy for you, but it's going to be God's punishment for them that you got married to them. Okay, so when it comes to marriage, make sure you, if your bar is high, make sure you yourself set even higher bar for yourself, the kind of wife that you're going to be to that man, or vice versa, the kind of husband you're going to be to that man. So my point is this: it's okay to start with generic faith, but you're going to have to develop the persistence in your faith. You're going to have decisiveness in your faith. And you will have to be specific in your requests and in your faith. Yes, it's scary. Yes, there is no room and no wiggle to wiggle out of it when you don't receive, when you don't get what you asked for. Yes, there is a room for disappointment. But that's what true faith and genuine faith that gets God's attention. Persistent, decisive, and specific faith.